So Joe Jackson signed the Newtrons
Right.
to Jackson Records.
Yes, sir.
Now, but the Jackson 5 and all them, they were signed to Motown.
Yeah. No, they were gone then.
Oh, they were gone by then?
Yeah, they was gone to
Okay,
CBS.
and Michael Jackson had his deal with who?
CBS. They had to deal with
CBS.
CBS then.
Okay, so Jackson Records was something that Joe Jackson, that was his own
Michael
project.
had put his money with it. It was Jackson
Sure.
family money, Captain, everybody's money.
Okay. So you now signed...
Because at that time, Joe had Janis Jackson and LaToya.
Janet Jackson.
It was on the
and
label with
LaToya.
her.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
they
all
were
on-
on Jackson Records.
Yeah, they were on Jackson Records.
Aha. Okay. So now you're signed to Joe Jackson.
Right. And I'm managing with him because we cousins. We found out we was cousins from Pine Bluff, Arkansas. So he said, okay, we cousins. I'm gonna split the management with you and pay you and make sure you guys is all right.
Okay. And what was it like doing business with Joe Jackson?
I love Joe Jackson to death.
To death.
Joe Jackson gave me, yeah. He's not the mean guy that everybody say he is. He had to be hard on his boys because he didn't want them to get in trouble. My situation was different. I was a gangster. Joe was a working man out of the mill. So it was a difference. I didn't really believe in abusing my kids whooping on my kids because I was abused by myself. But I was pretty rough on my kids too. I mean, you know, I did some crazy stuff to my kids, like he threw like Terrence Howard threw his kids in the trunk. I threw my boys in the trunk, the two Ronnies, because something came up missing and they were supposed to be watching it. So I got mad while they was rehearsing at the ranch. We had a ranch with horses, and I threw them in the trunk and shot at the trunk, over the trunk, not in the trunk, but over the trunk. Had them kicking and scared to death. But when they came out the trunk, they were soldiers after that.
Right. So now the Newtrons assigned to Jackson Records.
Right.
And did you start to meet Michael Jackson during this
I
time?
met Michael Jackson at that time. We did a show at the Roxy for Jackson Records, and Michael came in. Michael, LaToya, and Janice all came, which is in my book. I write it about it in my book. And Michael saw my kids and went crazy. Said and taped it. Matter of fact, he has a tape of the Roxy show where he taped it, and he said, then that was the night of my wife's birthday, and we were staying at the Sunset Hotel on Sunset, and. That morning after doing the show, had Joe call and invite us over for breakfast, and we stayed over there almost a day and a half. We spent the night over there, and after that, I started visiting the ranch frequently, talking to Mike, hanging out with Mike, and all that stuff.
This is Neverland Ranch.
Right, Neverland. No, this is Abraham's Ranch. This when everybody was thousands of people outside the door, and nobody could get in, but people that was on the list. Bill Bray was security then.
Okay.
And I'll never forget it because I used to tell my kids, one day we're going to get to the Jacksons, right? And we used to go on a yellow bus and sit out in the front and never could get in, right? And my kids were like, Dad, let's go home. I want to go home. Because I had moved them to Granada Hills too. And they said, I want to go home. I said, let me get off the bus. And I pulled a bunch of flowers from Joe Jackson's front yard. And I said, I'm going to pray on these flowers, right? And the next thing I know, we went down to the Jackson's house. And my kids say, Dad, is this real? I said, watch this. They said, who might say is calling? I said, the Newtrons, and the black gate going. I looked at the joyful look on my kids' eyes. They were like amazed. That was the greatest thing I ever did for them in their life. That was better than money. They was going to see the greatest that ever did it, Michael Jackson, the king of pop. My kids were like, oh, Dad, you pulled it off. Oh, Dad, we love you. And then Michael came out and they hugged him and they all ran around Encino Ranch and just having fun playing with Louis the Lamb. And he had a great big old snake. And I don't know if his name was Joe, but I think it was Joe, but I'm not sure.
He had a snake named Joe.
He had a big old, what they call that snake?
Anaconda?
Almost like an anaconda, right?
Right.
About 50 feet long. And I said, what's the snake name? I think he said Joe. I said, Joe? And he said, yeah. I said, oh, okay. And so and Louis the Lamb spit at me, right? He like to, it was one of them things that like to spit at you, we know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
They spit all the time. And so he had Bubbles, and I'll never forget, the kids was playing with Bubbles, so Bubba bit Jay.
Bubbles is the monkey.
It's the monkey. Bubba bit Jay on his arm. And Jay said, Dad, he bit me. And Michael said, he did what? He said, Bubba, did you bite him? He said, Michael said, bam, slapped him to his knees, and Bubba said, I said, what is he doing? Michael said, praying for his life, because he know he done did the wrong thing.
So Michael Jackson beat up Bubbles.
Hit him with an 8-piece.
With an 8-piece.
With an 8-piece. Mike was fast.
Really?
Oh my God.
But monkeys are really strong, though.
Yeah, but he couldn't mess with Mike. Mike hit him so fast, man, he was down on his knees, praying
So
for his
Michael
life.
just beat the crap out of Bubbles.
He hit him with an 8-piece.
Hit him with an 8-piece.
Like Mayweather hit Pacquiao.
Okay. Now, later on, Michael was being charged with the whole child molestation thing. Mm-hmm. And you actually got dragged into this.
Yeah, a friend of mine told National Enquirer that he knew some family that knew the Jacksons. And they called me on the phone and asked me to come to the hotel. Now, me being a player from the Himalayas, I said, I'm going to go and see what they're talking about, so I could take the information back to Mike and Johnny Cochran. So I go down and I said, yeah, what's happening? So they said, yeah, well, I said, well, they said, I said, what I'm here for? I said, I'm here to help Michael. Oh, he said, oh, no, we don't, that ain't what we want with you. We heard it that your boy spent nights at the house. We want to know if Michael tampered with him. I just picked him up or touched him in any kind of way. If he did, we got $200,000 for you. I said, huh? I had just got out of prison. I said, man, I can't do that. Can't tell no lie like that. I ain't doing that. He said, you show what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna draw a check up, a contract up, and I'm gonna show you. We're finna give you $200,000.
So they want to pay you $200,000 to say that Michael Jackson molested your kids.
Yeah, just touched him or whatever, man. That's touched him or anything.
What would you have done if you found out that Michael Jackson molested your kids?
What you think I would have done, man? I'm a gangster. Come on, man.
Right.
It'd have been a problem. Come on.
Right. Well, you told me back when we met up years ago that if that would have happened, you would have killed Michael Jackson.
If he'd have touched my kids?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. But I love Mike, and I know Mike didn't do that, so he didn't have no problem worried about me.
Exactly. Right. But and I remember you had shown me a picture a while back.
Right.
It was your son at Michael Jackson's house wearing his underwear, but that was a personal picture that you took.
I took that picture. They just got out of the swimming pool.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
took that picture.
But they wanted to use that picture as evidence against Michael Jackson.
Right. Yes, they did. Yeah.
Okay, but you weren't going
for that now.
Okay, and Michael Jackson ended up winning the case.
Yes. And matter of fact, I was on my way down to help him win the case when I got a phone call from Messenger and said, oh, we don't need you. Mike gonna be all right. I said, okay.
So, Ron, what is this a picture of right here?
I got the glove on, Michael Jackson's famous glove that's worth $250,000, and I got the Thriller jacket in my hand, and I got one of the silver jackets on. I got the silver glove on.
Oh,
Michael let me put it all on. Michael put the coat on me himself.
So that's Michael Jackson's coat, his glove, and his Thriller jacket.
Yes, it is.
What is this right here?
Oh, that's me and Joe Jackson in the Encino bedroom, talking, hanging out.
That's Joe Jackson on the bed right there.
Yeah, that's when I had skipped away from Susanville.
You're on vacation.
I was on vacation. That's Michael Jackson's, where the platinum albums are all kept in that room, the Million Billiard room of the Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5. That's downstairs in the big room with the platinum records.
Okay, and those are your kids, the Newtrons?
That's the kids, the Newtrons. Now this one is Michael Jackson. I think I'm the only person he ever called Dad, because he called Joe Joseph. He said, to Dad. You see the signature? Yep. To Daddy, Ron Newt. This is my wife, and my kids were up in the Michael Jackson's room where he had got all his costumes at.
What is this right here?
That's Michael Jackson's jacket when he went on the tour, when he was touring.
This is the Jacksons?
Yeah, this is the Jacksons.
Okay. This is while he was still
with Pepsi, when he did the Pepsi commercial.
Okay. Was he still with the Jackson 5 during this time or no?
Yeah. Looked like a burn mark, yeah.
Wait, was this the actual jacket he was wearing?
Yeah.
This is the jacket he was wearing?
I got this out of his closet.
So you think this is the jacket that he actually...
I'm not sure. I know there's a burn mark on it when I took it out.
Right. Because when he was doing the Pepsi commercial, his Jerry curl
caught
on fire.
Yeah. But I don't know if he had the jacket on or what. I don't know. But I know I got this out of Michael's closet. That's Michael Jackson and Jackie Jackson and Michael's bodyguard over behind Bobby with Michael arm around Bobby. Jay standing in front of Michael. Ronnie's holding Bubbles. Channel Law's in the back. Jackie's right there. Misha's right there. Ron is right there. And Ronnie, that's the day that Bubbles bit Jay on the arm.
Okay, so there's Bubbles the monkey right
there. There's Bubbles the monkey right there.
That's the same monkey that...
That's the same monkey that Michael was carrying around all the time.
So Bubbles bit who?
Jay, the baby, Jay Valentine.
Okay, he bit Jay, and then Michael beat the
Hit him with an 8-piece, yeah.
Hit him with an 8-piece.
Michael hit him with an 8-piece. That's Bubba. We in the yard, Michael Jackson's yard at the Encino house on Havenhurst. That's Ron, Bob, Newt holding Bubbles, Misha watching Bob hold bubbles and The Bodyguard.
Right, and that's
and
your
it's
daughter.
Ronnie over in the corner. That's my daughter Misha, yeah.
That's your daughter Misha holding bubbles right there.
Right.
Okay.
And this right here when we on Jackson Records. Mike on his knees, please. Joe Jackson over in the counter looking at Michael. Got his eye on Mike. We got that snake eye on him.
Eyes on the prize.
Eye on the prize. I have Michael Jackson and them on my visiting list in federal penitentiary.
Michael Jackson's on your visiting list.
Yes, right there.
So Michael Jackson came and visited you in prison.
I ain't gonna say.
When he was on.
But you see his name? Where's Mike at?
Yeah, yeah.
Michael Jackson
Joe Jackson.
approved visiting for Terminal Island, California.